Hope, congratulations on your victory over Japan and of course topping the group. You must be happy with how the team have improved each game.
I think so. We were slow to start against Mexico, and I truly believe it's all about expectations and the pressures. The conditions against Mexico were quite warm. Even though we were in control of the game, we probably should have won it. Obviously, New Zealand, it was a hard-fought contest. The way we had to come back from a goal down, I think the players showed real character. And then obviously against Japan, and Japan are ranked higher than we are, and I think everybody probably thought that they would finish top of the group. But credit to our girls, we had a game plan, worked quite diligently on that, it paid off, and we end up top in the group, so it's a nice position to be in.
Was it the manner of the victory against Japan that pleased you the most, or just getting the result itself?
I think a bit of both, really. I think the girls played and ran their socks off. As I said, stuck to the plan. A few new players brought in, selection-wise. It paid off, it worked. I believe in those players. 2 nice goals, and so confidence has really improved. And I think hopefully the players will just settle. We've started to settle. First game, nerves, expectation. The second game, tussle and bustle. It was a fight. The third game, and we've just started to relax a little bit. We haven't quite peaked yet, which is no bad thing, but I'm hoping we kind of, keep peaking as we go along. You
mentioned changing a few starters from the original starting lineup, most notably Sophie Bradley coming in for Faye White. How did you assess her performance?
Sophie did it extremely well. I have no doubt that she will be a great player. She's a young kid, very, very confident in her own ability without being overly so. Very mature, happy to play. Are you feeling okay, Brad? Yeah, I'm fine. It's all of that. Very pleasant girl, and undoubtedly will be a player for the future, in my opinion.
Defensively, the backline was very strong.
Very strong.
How important for their confidence is it to have kept a clean sheet against Japan?
I think it's one of our strengths, our backline. Even though we have conceded in this tournament, I think if the backline are playing well and, basically trying to break up play of the opposition, I think it gives us a lot of confidence. I think the back line were outstanding. I think they have been during this tournament, even though we've conceded. But it just gives you some confidence going into other games.
And at the other end of the field, 2 very well taken goals.
Yeah, superb. Ellen White, she's a natural goal scorer. I think, we recognise that the goalkeeper wasn't the tallest. Lobbed it, instinct, and luckily it went in. She almost scored another one with an acrobat overhead kick that would have been a spectacular goal. And obviously the substitution with Rachel, who came on, did the same thing, lobbed the keeper. So we've got to be pleased with that. I think the most important thing, we scored 2 very good goals, we didn't concede, and we topped the group.
We've previously acknowledged the technical strengths of the Japanese side.
Yes.
You're now facing France in the quarterfinals on Saturday. What will their key strengths be? Another
technical side. They although they have the ability to mix and match it, they keep the ball very, very well. They have quick forwards, so they also look for the ball in behind, I think. So we're pretty aware of their strengths. We've played them a few times in crunch games, certainly for the 2007 World Cup. We qualified ahead of them. In the 2003 World Cup, they qualified ahead of us. So the games have always been very, very close. So it's going to be another tough encounter. We will have to be on our game to get through. But we will be prepared and we will give it our best shot.
And of course, you've only got a couple of days before the game on Saturday.
Yeah, it's not
so what
long.
will the focus be on in training?
I think it's just our game plan, as it always is when you've only got a couple of days rest, making sure that the players appreciate what they're going to be up against and making sure we can try and exploit France's weaknesses.
And of course, now you're in the knockout stages of the tournament. Will that mean you'll be making preparations for penalties?
Well, we always practice penalties. Hopefully it won't come to that. We'd like to try and get the job done in 90 minutes, as I'm sure France will. But we certainly do practice penalties. But as I said, let's get it done and dusted in 90 minutes if we can.